What's up people, Dobbsyrules is right here and welcome to a very special 5. Now one thing first, I want to go ahead and thanks to Adam S for actually mentioning this to me, and to be honest it's a very good idea and I didn't really think about this. And this is pretty much my 5 favourite remake and remaster games. Now there's one thing as well, let you guys know. There's hundreds and thousands of games that got remaked and remastered. Now, like I said, I do own a lot of them. I really do. I own quite a lot of them. And literally there is remastered ones that came out on the NES. And I got stuff from the PS4, the Xbox One, 360, PS1, PS2, the GameCube. You get my drift. Now, I thought to myself, hell there, I'm going to talk about 5 of them today. Now, if you guys want to see another one of these, a part 2 of this, for another 5 more, can we get 20 likes on this video? Can we get 20 likes? Okay, so that's what I'm going to try and go for it. So if you guys want to see another one of these, hit 20 likes and I'll rush and get myself another one done as soon as I can. Now, with these top 5s and top 10s, there's always rules about these games and about these top 10s and top 10s and top 5s. Now, the first rule is they cannot be games that are from my fellow franchises, so I can't pick the ones that I absolutely adore and the ones that I actually do follow. So there's no Pokemon, there's no Final Fantasy, no Kingdom Hearts, no Resident Evil, no Yakuza, and no Persona. Next thing though, it has to be one game per franchise. The next one, I have to own the game. So meaning I can't go and say, let's just say really out loud, there's a game that's remastering on the PS5. I'm going to add that to my list. I can't do that because I don't own the game and also I don't own the PS5. So that is not going to count. So without further ado, let's get it all started with number 5. Number 5 is DuckTales. Now, it originally came out on the NES in the 80s. And as you guys know, DuckTales was such a fun game back in that day. And everybody was always asking about it, can we get a remake of it? And thankfully it got a remaster on the PlayStation 3. I don't know if it got a remaster on the Xbox or the Nintendo, but we got it on the PlayStation 3 and boy oh god, they absolutely killed it. They really did. It was absolutely phenomenal for an actual game. The controls was a lot smoother. The graphics of it, from looking old blocky 8-bit to now HD graphics and the characters look like the cartoon, absolutely spot on. And also, the actual singer who sang the theme tune to DuckTales is in the game. And he's actually in the beginning of the game, at the beginning opening of the game, and also in the credits, which I absolutely adore. And also, the music, the actual instrumental music, like the moon area, the Amazon area, the prison area, you know, all them little tiny areas, the alien area and everything like that, they have the same music. Now you can change it back to NES 8-bit music, or you can use the remix. And to be honest, the remix is so much better. And that's why I'm saying that sometimes the remasters can actually be a lot better than the originals. And this is definitely a one saying that it does work better. And to be honest, it's one of my favourite Capcom games that was released for Disney. So yeah, DuckTales is definitely my number 5. Now let's see about number 4. Number 4, I'm cheating with this one, but it did come out as one disc game. And that is the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Now, as a lot of people may know, if you guys have been following me since the very get-go of me on my channel, long time ago, I live streamed Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy long time ago, and I did all 3 of them. And I have never had so much rage ever, because I thought it was going to be easy, but boy oh god, they changed it. For better or for worse? For better, to be honest though, because you don't want it to be extremely too easy like the original. It was a lot harder, better graphics like always. Like I said, it was super refurbished. Loved it. The music was still as it was, which I love. Cinematics was spot on. Literally nothing really changed in that game. Literally the only thing that changed was pretty much the look and the difficulty. And to be honest though, you may be thinking, Dobbsy, are you going to play number 4? I will be playing Crash Bandicoot 4, but when it gets cheap, because it's still too expensive to this very day. But either way, number 4, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. You may be thinking, which one would I really pick though? My personal favourite, of course, has to be Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. One of my favourites, if I have to pick them 3. So that's my number 4 spot. Number 3 has to be, again, I'm cheating a little bit because it came out in the UK as one disc game. However, in the America, they got it in 4 different ways, meaning because they all got different special editions. And that is the Jak and Dexter, the Chronicles of Jak and Dexter, the HD collection. First off, it came out on the PS3, and then it got a massive upgrade on the PS4. And then, as you guys know, it was originally a PS2 game made by Naughty Dog. Oh, Last of Us 2, calm yourself down, Dobbsy. Back when Naughty Dog was doing fantastic games, Jak and Dexter was there to really pick up all the pieces after Crash Bandicoot was over and done with, for the time being. And boy oh boy, it was such a fantastic game when I was a kid. And when I found out that it was getting a HD remaster on the PS3, I was there, I bought it. Now, like you want to know, the HD remaster on the PS3 was only connected with Jak and Dexter 1, 2 and 3. But when it got moved to the PS4, they gave us the HD remastered of Jak and Daxter X, which was better, 100 times more better than the PS2 version. Now you may be thinking, what are the differences to all 4 of the games? Now pretty much, the PS2 version for the Jak and Daxter X, controls were terrible, the graphics were very, very clunky, and they were actually losing frame rate in the game, which was insane for a PS2 game. For the PS4 version, smoother, no de-rendering of graphics, the couch was spot on, HD crisp, and the controls were spot on. Now, what are the differences with the other 3 games? Of course, nothing really changed, just to let you guys know. It was just a perfect game that just got HD remastered with a bit of new music. And that's all it really was, because you can't really change Jak and Daxter. I do apologise, people, I've got a very scratchy nose today. There's no differences with any of the Jak and Daxters because it was just too much of a perfect game. Now a lot of people could say, oh, they should have changed this, should have changed that, they should have put some extra little bits in. They didn't need to do that because it was that perfect in my eyes. Now like I said, some people could disagree with me, some people can agree with me. But I could say Jak and Daxter, in my eyes, is the best game that got released by Naughty Dog. Yeah, I'm saying it there. They're better than freaking Crash Bandicoot, they're better than The Last of Us, and for God's sakes as well, they are way better than Sly Raccoon. That's all I'm saying, okay people? I'm sorry, but they're the best characters from Naughty Dog. So, whew, that felt good for me. Now, I do apologise if that hurt somebody like that. But anyhow, let's get on to number 2. Now number 2 is pretty much a big massive part of my life because it was a game that actually gives me memories of my grandfather. He's no longer with us anymore, but the game is The House of the Dead. Now I'm talking about the return version, which came out on the Nintendo Wii, which was House of the Dead 2 and House of the Dead 3. They were the 2 games that I was playing with my grandfather when he was still alive, when I was a little child. And we were always at the seaside shooting zombies in the arcade booths. And it was just an absolute hell of a ride because he was screaming, I was laughing. It was just a childhood memory that I absolutely adore. And literally, thankfully though, the House of Dead Return game came out years later whilst my grandfather was still here. And we still played it. Even though he got really, really bad at it because he got older, but I got better at it. It was just like a vice versa, but literally the game is such an amazing thing. Now you may be thinking, what is House of the Dead really, Dobbsy? House of the Dead is a rail shooter game. So pretty much you don't move, the camera moves for you, and you're just shooting the zombies and don't shoot the pedestrians. It's just like Time Crisis, it's just like all the other games that you've seen in the arcades, like Ghost Squad and all them. but really it's just with zombies. And it's just so damn good, and hopefully you guys are looking forward to the remaster that's coming out for House of the Dead 1, which I will be buying because it's just a memory that's stuck to my head. It could have been number 1, but number 1 is really a game that I have to say has to be number 1. But really, House of the Dead, the return for the Nintendo Wii, definitely has a massive place in my heart. So that's my number 2 spot. But now, what is number 1? Well, let the countdown hit. Number 1 is Conkers Bad Fur Day, the remaster. Now, let you guys know, there are 2 remasters of this game. Now, as you guys know, Conkers Bad Fur Day got released on the Nintendo 64. And it became an extremely rare game. And thankfully enough that I own the game as a boxed game, which I'm very, very happy to say that. But as well as that, I got myself the Xbox original remaster, which was Lock and Reload, which was pretty much fully refurbished graphics, no longer looking cartoon. They looked quite fuzzy, they looked quite a little bit realistic. Lost a bit of its charm, to be honest, that's all I'm saying though. But what I was really excited with was that the Xbox One released the Rare Replay Collection, which had Conkers Bad Fur Day in it. And it was returning to its old footsteps. I was in love. Yes, number 1 is an Xbox One game, Rare Replay, the Conkers Bad Fur Day Remastered HD Collection. It was just perfect. All the comedy was still in it. Of course, all the actors were still in it. The bleeps were still there. The Great Mighty Pooh, come on, play his music.
Me, 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 me. I am the Great Mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my shit at you. A huge supply of tish comes from my chocolate starfish. How about some scat, you little twat? Do you really?
Now, there's nothing really to say about Conkers Bad Fur Day. If you guys have never ever watched anyone play Conkers Bad Fur Day, there's millions of different YouTubers who played it. PewDiePie played it. If I remember, Markiplier played it. Jacksepticeye played it. Cinema Capri Sun played it. Loads and loads of people have played this game. And like I said though, it's just like literally, it was started as a small game and it grew and grew and grew into a massive following all over the internet. And I was not, well, I wish I was one of the front runners, but like I said, I played it when I was a kid. And I still love it to this very day. Even before and even after the massive following. It's just that the game was so much fun. It's like, forget about Mario 64. Forget about Legend of Zelda 64. Or whatever it is, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. Go and play Conkers Bad Fur Day. That was ace back in the Nintendo 64 era. But like I said though people, if you guys have an Xbox original or you have the Xbox One, get yourself the Rare Replay or get yourself Conkers Bad Fur Day Lock and Reload. Them remasters are absolutely perfect. And of course, it's definitely one of my favourite remakes and remasters. So pretty much that's my first 5 that I actually said that are actually my personal favourites. You have yourself DuckTales, you have yourself Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy, you have yourself the Jak and Daxters, you have House of the Dead Returns, and of course you have Conkers Bad Fur Day. But I want to ask you guys, what are your personal favourite remasters that you own? Now please tell me, don't lie. Just tell me what you actually do own as a remaster and remake and what is your favourite. And like I said though people, if you want to see another 5 on my favourite remaster and remakes, please smash that like button. Can we get 20 likes on this video? I know I should be asking for more, but like I said, the people who subscribe to my channel are because they all want me to do Back in My Tie again. But like I said, I don't care. Let's get to 20 likes and I'll make another one as soon as I can. With that being said, the P1 salute goes to you guys for subscribing. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks again, Adam S, for the lovely request. Cheerio!